Welcome everybody. Tim Edwards calling in from Dallas. Most of you guys know this gentleman on the screen, Mr. Warren Buffett. The cool thing about Warren, a lot of people see him as he's obviously one of the wealthiest men in the world, but real savvy investor. And what most people don't understand is that he really believes in our industry, and he's actually acquired a few companies in the same space that we're in the direct sales industry. So I think that's pretty cool to see the wealthiest guy in the world, jump on board with some companies like ours, because when they're done right, they're really, really difficult to beat. And I want to read this quote real quick. Just know that everything we're about to tell you is so spot on with his philosophy, you won't even believe it. But he says here that you must position yourself in front of a growth curve, not in the middle, not in the end, but at the inception, and then realize the window of opportunity is always closing, so you work like there's no tomorrow. And, of course, the gentleman that's worth $58.5 billion, I would think he's got some pretty good advice to give. Now, what you're about to look at is the only global online entertainment company in the world with what's called a Tier 1 license to do business with all these platforms that you're about to see in 200 countries. And we're going to talk a little bit more about what that means here in a minute. But how many times have you ever had the chance to really be on the front side of a trend? Think about all the companies out there that do direct sales. There's, millions and millions and millions of people marketing thousands and thousands of products that are in the same categories, right? They're all fighting for the same customers. They're even competing with some of the GNCs and the department stores, the big box stores, and everybody's fighting for the same people. And the trends are decades old, okay? So you're not on the front side of those trends. What you're going to find out today is you're going to be in front of some huge waves, and you're going to be positioned exactly like Warren said. Now, if you're wondering how big this really is, I like to give this analogy here. Online entertainment is a multi-trillion-dollar industry with a T. And just to give you an idea of how big that is, 1 billion seconds is 37 years. 1 trillion seconds is 37,000 years. So imagine being in front leading edge on trillions of dollars in markets before these waves hit, and in some cases before the companies even open. Now, our first incredible platform is a new competitor to iTunes. Everybody knows about iTunes, right? They do $35 million a day in business. That's $200 million a week. Okay, we've got a couple of the largest companies in the world that are partnering with us, and what's cool is that we're going to give downloads at the same price or less as iTunes, plus some really, really cool perks. And not just some of the largest companies in the world, but some of the largest stars in the entertainment industry are also partnered with us. And you're about to see exactly how that happens. And what's cool about this as well, there's going to be profit sharing for people that are on this call that's not tied to your production or your sales. Now, that's really rare in the industry. Most perks are tied to production and growth. And unless you get the production and growth, you don't get any perks. Here, you're actually going to be able to have profit sharing even at the very basic novice level, which is a really cool thing. Now, the name of the company is called Songstagram. And to give you an idea what it means, everybody knows what Instagram is, right? They're mainly pictures. Talking about YouTube is mainly videos, and we just discussed iTunes is all about downloading music. Songstagram is going to be a combination where you can have unlimited videos, unlimited downloads, and unlimited songs. So think about the ability to have a partner like Universal Studios or Warner Brothers. These are two of the big companies. Then you've got Justin Timberlake, Lady Gaga, Britney Spears, Adam Levine, Robin Thicke. These guys are not just going to bring their music to the platform. They're going to be partners. And so they have incentive to help us market the business, which is really unique, right? So think about these guys, instead of just marketing their albums on iTunes and making a profit there, as a Songstagram owner, they make money on everything that's downloaded. So they've got a big incentive to help us get this out. And what's going to happen over the next few days, this is going to launch on April 1st. It's about 5 or 6 days away. And they're loading music on it right now. And all these guys are going to make an announcement on Twitter. And millions and millions and millions of people are going to then know that Songstagram is where they get their music with these guys. And to give you an idea, talking about incentive to help market, Lady Gaga's got a genius strategy. She's going to have a contest with all of her followers that says, use some of the video technology that I2G has record a song, one of my songs, and we're going to have a contest, and the winner is going to go on tour with me and sing around the globe on the circuit. So imagine, the young people doing backflips, right, trying to get in this contest. They make these videos. And what do young people do when they make a video or maybe do a selfie? They send it to everybody they know, right? So all of their friends are going to know about it instantly, and it's going to be a lot of buzz, and they're going to help us promote the business big time, and that's just a few days away. Now, what if there were a new social media platform where you could do everything from one place? Social media is a $300 billion industry, and think about this. How many people use these platforms? It's about 1 billion people, all right? And how much money do most of them make by using the platforms? None. Okay, what we've got is an exclusive software. It's called I2G Touch, and it's going to be a total solution to networking. And, lots of people, here's what they do. They log into Facebook, they spend some time there. Then they go log into YouTube, spend some time there. Then they go log into Pinterest and Instagram. It's like having to go to 4 grocery stores to get what you need. It's kind of crazy. So what if you could do everything in one place? And what if you could have unlimited pictures, unlimited videos, unlimited bandwidth? You could have your very own channel, right, that you could do whatever you want with it. If you want to market things, you want to do cool stuff, you want to have a cooking show, whatever you want. And imagine how many businesses and marketers would want this when you can stream live events to thousands of people, do screen sharing just like we're doing right now, and it's a one-stop shop for all the social media needs. So what sounds better, logging into 4 places, not having some cool tools, and getting paid nothing? Or if you're with us, you log into one place, you've got some incredible tools, and you make money. Now here's some of the tools. Think about this from a marketing standpoint. What's the key? Are you inundated with stuff on your Facebook, on your junk mail, with your email? They even start to sell to you by text, right? You get junk mail at your house. Unless you stand out today, you don't get anything. You've got to be really unique to actually get the consumer's attention. So what if there was a walkout technology? It's like 3D right on their screen, right? So it can be you or it can be someone else. You can choose someone else to do it. And when you load this up, okay, it goes out and they walk out across the screen when somebody's on their computer, when they're on their tablet, when they're on their smartphone, even when they're on their Facebook, and they start talking to them. And again, you can promote, check out my cooking show in 30 minutes. Go to this website and check out my new book, right? Look at my webinar or my Google Hangout. It starts in 10 minutes. But when you walk out like that and you grab people's attention and they can see the passion, the energy, the body language, it's like you're walking out on the screen. So it's very unique, and I can tell you it's a dream product for any company that wants to do any kind of marketing for any business. Now, there's an announcement coming on June 1st that's going to be the largest gaming company in the world with 38 million members right now. And what's cool is that right now these people are just members and they just use it, right? What do you think is going to happen when 38 million people who are obsessed about that one particular thing all of a sudden find out there's a business opportunity attached to it, and we're the only people on the planet that have it? I can tell you thousands and thousands and thousands of people will jump on board instantly, and you've got about 2 months to get positioned before that happens. So I would pay big-time attention, and if you want to get on a call with one of us later, I don't want to put this live on the webinar, but we can actually tell you a little bit about who that partner is. It'll blow you away. Now, a little peek about some up-and-coming phases, because, again, this is about, being positioned, right, like Warren said, being there before the wave hits. There's going to be what I just talked to you about with the music platform, the social media, the cool software with the walkout, 3D technology, and also the exclusive gaming contract that we've got. That's 3 phases. Phase 4 is so top secret, the CEO wouldn't even tell me about it. He said, and the reason why is that it's one of those things where if you release the information or leak it, people rush to market trying to be first to market, and what happens, they kind of muddy the water and don't do a very good job of it. So he's going to do a top secret launch, and when it comes out, we'll shock the world with that. But he said Phase 5 I can tell you about because almost nobody has the resources to do this, so there's not really going to be any competition. So what he plans to do in Phase 5 is actually he's already inked a deal and got the okay to buy a $500 million hotel in Las Vegas. So for the people that want the live experience, they want to travel there for vacation, he's going to have timeshares. And guess what happens here? Again, you have the ability to earn profit sharing on the timeshares. Really cool deal. Now, who's the geniuses behind all this? Rick Mikey, President and CEO, over 25 years in the industry. Now, he's got master distributorship experience with being on our side, building the business, so he knows what it's like to go through, what we need, what we want, how it feels. And he's also got the corporate experience because he's been the CEO and president of a couple of companies, and he's generated over $100 million in sales. So he's got a flawless track record. And if you want to think about, a lot of people go, well, who is this? We should research it. What's his background? I thought about that. Think about this, right? You think Warner Brothers went through these guys with a fine-tooth comb before they let them in on a deal as big as Songstagram to go head-to-head with iTunes? They've already done the homework, guys. I can tell you, these people check out like crazy, or they wouldn't be involved in a deal that's going to go up against a $3.6 billion giant, right? All of these, Warner Brothers, Justin Timberlake, they all have legal counsel. They all have, managers and people that advise them, and they don't get involved in deals with people that are not that aren't spotless, right? So don't worry about the background checks. It's already been done. Now, Joyce Barnes, VP of Marketing, also 25 years in the industry. Now, he's got a unique background because, he's one of the top marketers in the industry. And just so you know, there's 20 million people that do our type of business globally, right? And the Direct Selling Association is kind of the gold standard. If you want to measure companies, you want to look at, some of the top reps. Joyce is only one of 13 in the world out of 20 million that's listed with a DSA, with that flawless track record and earning over $1 million a year as a representative like we are in the field. So he's going to be in charge of marketing, and obviously he's got some skill sets there that are crazy because you don't become that big of an earner and get that kind of track record without being a stellar marketer. Then Lawrence Irvine, VP of Asia Pacific, his skill sets are really, he's got a proven track record in expanding companies globally, right, and putting them in a position to grow around the world. And with 42 years experience, obviously he's done a great job with I2G because he actually positioned the company to be open in 200 countries the first day. I've never heard of that before. Now, the income disclosure, obviously success takes time. It takes hard work. There's no guarantees in life or business. You may get involved. You may not do anything with the business. You may get involved to make $1 million. It's going to be, we're going to help you. You've got the vehicle. But, it's really going to be up to you to put in the effort, and then we help guide you. Here's how the pay plan actually works. The first way that you make money, and actually before I go into this, just know there's 7 different ways to make money, which is awesome. And of course, what's cool about it is that you can actually start earning in areas where you don't understand yet because there's a lot of ways to make money. So don't be overwhelmed by it. Just know that it's better to have 7 ways to make income that you don't totally understand in the beginning that pay you a bunch of money later than to get involved in something that's got a couple of ways that you totally understand and there's not that much potential, okay? So the first thing that happens here, when you personally sponsor, we've got 4 different levels, which I'll go over exactly what it takes to get started here in a second. But if someone joins at the novice level, very affordable, right? You start off with a $10 bonus. Now, there's other bonuses that go on top of this that I'm about to show you, but this is just the first part of it, right? And as people join, it goes to 40, 60, and up to 500. Now, what's cool about this, that's very unique, most of these programs that have different product selections, to make the really big money, you have to kind of come in at the higher level, right? And unless you come here, you don't have a chance to make the big money. Here it's different. You can start at the novice level, which is very affordable, and if somebody joins on your team at the Emperor level, think about being able to make, about $800 every time somebody joins. So when you're making, up to 7 times what it takes to start, or just about that, with just 1 or 2 people, it's a really cool way to start your business because you can be in profit very quickly, right, if you're productive. So this is the first way that you make money and you get paid weekly. Now we're going to be able to show you how to add these products, fast start product bonuses to the next section, which is called the binary cycle income. So here's how this works. Binary is also paid weekly. You just need 1 person on each side to be binary qualified. All right, a left and a right. And then as you produce what are called cycles, it spins off bonuses, okay? Every time you hit a 300-point cycle, it produces either a $30, $40, $50, or $60 bonus, depending on how you started. Again, if you start at the novice, you get $30 every time. Player 40 every time, high roller 50, and Emperor 60. Now, what's cool about this is that in a binary, your sponsor, the person above you, also has a left and right leg. So if they put you, let's say, in the right side, right, what you need to understand about this is it's the most helping team pay plan out there, because every person that your sponsor puts on that right side after you join to eternity has to go under you. So as they put these people on the right side, it builds your team. Now, all these people that are on your team also put people on the right side. So, again, team helping team, right, exponentially grows your business down, right? And then here, we help you sponsor people on the left side, and what happens is as these match up, when you have 300-point cycles, again, you get these bonuses. So, for example, if you have, let's say, 600 points on each side, right, 2 cycles, whether that's that week or that day, right, you get 2 of these bonuses depending on how you started. If you have 900 points on each side, you get 3 of whatever bonus here, depending on how you started. Now, just know that a lot of people think, well, how does it really happen? How many do you need to get a cycle? Just so you know, the Emperor package, for example, when someone starts there, it creates 3,000 points or 10 cycles all by itself. So these can start to spin very quickly, and you can max out at $35,000 per week or $1.8 million per year just on the cycles alone. And if you think that's far-fetched, there were 3 people that maxed this out in the second month. They were already at $35,000 a week. Now, that's not normal. They've got experience and they brought, some teams to the table, but, guess what? Some of those people could join, in your pay plan as well. So imagine, those type of people are going to come on board and they're going to tear it up. So even if you're new, don't worry about that. We're going to help you build it. Now, in reference to the cycles, there's another section called the leadership bonuses, and there's $690,000 available for one-time bonuses. So again, based on cycles, if you have 125 cycles on the left and the right, you get a $5,000 bonus. If you have 250, it's 10, and this goes all the way up to $500,000 in one-time bonuses. Now, again, a lot of people say, well, this looks far-fetched. Well, again, 3 people hit all of these bonuses but 1 in the first 6 or 7 months. So again, think about this, guys. We've got a 7-month-old company. You've got 3 people that have already made $1 million. There's 2 more that are close, and so there's going to be about 5 people make $1 million in the first 8 or 9 months. That's never happened in the industry. The company that recently shattered all the records for income did that, and they produced 2 millionaires in the first 12 or 13 months. Here's a company that's about to produce 2.5 times the millionaires in almost half of the time. And think about this. This is a very young company. These teams are not fully developed. The Songstergram has not come out yet. Okay, the exclusive with that 38 million people that use that game, that hasn't been announced yet. All the profit sharing hasn't kicked in yet. So what's going to happen when all this stuff is out, right? When all those things are launched, they have fully developed teams. You have fully developed teams. These bonuses start to flow. The profit sharing starts to flow. Can you see the big picture here that records for checks are going to fall? They are. Now here's the next phase of bonuses. It's called matching bonuses. Now here are the bonuses I just showed you, 5 all the way up to 500,000. Okay, now you can get up to 5 levels of matching bonuses at this percent. So if you're here and you are, let's say, at the player level, right, you just take this yellow circle and put it here. And what happens if you're a player and 2 people, let's say, get these $10,000 bonuses, you would get 20% or $4,000. If you are a high roller, which is the next level up, you just place this green section here, and then all these 10,000s in the yellow and the green, you pick those up because you get 3 levels. In this scenario here, you would have made 6,500. If you're at the Emperor level, the dark green here, just place it here, now you get 5 generations. So in this same scenario with this same team, with these particular bonuses that were acquired by the people, you would make 4,000 if you're a player, 6,500 if you're a high roller, 9,500 if you're an Emperor. And guys, this is just based on the $10,000 bonus. Remember, several people have already got all of these but the 500,000. So somebody made 20% on these numbers, right? And again, it's a 7-month-old company. Now, what's cool about this particular part of the business, and again, this is not for everybody, but just know it's a big trend, right? It doesn't matter, if You may drink wine, you may not, but a lot of people in the world do, right? So a lot of people also play games. It's hobbies. It's it's their getaways. Some people have their vacations to Atlantic City or to the boats on Shreveport or Las Vegas. A lot of people do this, as a pastime or a hobby. It's kind of their passion, right? Now, what's cool about this particular company is that you've seen computer-generated games, right, where it issues the cards and it's a computer doing it. Kind of boring. What if you had live people that were actually dealing the cards, spinning the roulette table, right? They were talking to you as an HD, 24/7, live in 200 countries, right? Real experience like you're there. So just know that this particular part of the industry, the gaming industry, it's projected to go from 50 billion to 150 billion in the next 36 months. All the gaming worldwide is going to shift to an online platform. Just like the lottery, when it started off in the U.S., it was in like one state, then now it's everywhere, right? So just know that if you want to be in front of a trend, think about this. The U.S. government just passed legislation to allow all 50 states in the United States to participate in online gaming. 3 states have already applied. 10 more will before the year's up, and over the next 2 or 3 years, all the states that do lotteries will also have gaming, and so people can play from home. Now, so think about, if we're the only company in the world with a Tier 1 license to do this in 200 countries, and you're positioned here, like Warren said, before anybody in the U.S. is doing it, and all of a sudden in 3 or 4 years, all the states that want to do this are doing online gaming. Can you imagine being positioned with that where you can earn income and profit sharing? And if it's something that is not your cup of tea, what I always tell people is that if that part of the business is not something you want to participate in, you don't have to do it. And if you want to donate the resources that come from that particular part of it to your church, go for it. So use it for something good, because it's, again, people like to do it, so it's going to happen. Now, here's a little bit about how the gaming works from an opportunity standpoint as far as actually money going to the pay plan. Now, what's cool about this, as I said earlier, a lot of people are doing this as a hobby or a pastime. And internationally, right now, what's happening is people are having what they call gaming get-togethers. So imagine for a second, somewhere in the world, right, that is maybe on your team or a customer later, they invite 10 people over to have an evening and have some fun, right, to have some games. And let's say that those 10 people over the course of a night wager, let's say $1,000. Maybe it's $20 at a time, but over the course of a few hours, and they lose 50, win 50, or 100, whatever. It's just their pastime. But if they wager 1,000 over the whole night and 10 people do that, okay, that's $10,000, right? 25% of that goes into the pay plan. So 2,500 points are going to what we showed you earlier on the cycles. Remember, the cycles are 300 each, right? So 2,500 into that means that's almost 10 cycles. It's a little over 8 cycles. So again, imagine this happening around the world, right, in a market that's going to go from $50 billion to $150 billion. Right? Now, a lot of people say, well, what's that going to equate to in real dollars? If we do $100 million, if 25% goes into the pay plan, $25 million goes into the cycles. If we do $1 billion, $250 million goes into the cycles. That's a lot of cycles, guys. So think about all those cycles cranking out bonuses for people that are positioned right before this happens. And if you're wondering, could they really do $1 billion? Well, if the market's going to go from $50 billion to $150 billion, right, and we're the only company that has a Tier 1 license in 200 countries to do this, do you realize we only have to get like 0.7%, less than 1% market share to do $1 billion? So just know that this is going to be huge, and you can be positioned, again, before the whole world's doing it and before anybody in the U.S. is doing it. There's what it equates to if you're on the profit-sharing side. There's a position called an emperor's position, and there's only 5,000 of these that are going to be available when the company launched 7 months ago. Over 4,000 are gone, so it's over 80% sold out, okay? But what happens here is that the gaming that I just showed you, right, let's say hypothetically it hits $1 billion, whatever the profit is in that $1 billion part of the company, 50% of those profits go into a pool, and the emperors divide it up evenly, okay? So you can get paid every time someone plays a game worldwide or a wager, and share in the profit sharing for life if you're an Emperor. So we're going to show you how to do that. Now, here's the product packages. The novice package, you can start for $119.95, and it's $25 per month. If it's an international distributor or customer, they can even use this as chips, right, to be active. So they can get $25 a month in chips, and they can, play their hobby. Here's the points, or the BV, that goes into, the cycles. And with this plan, you also get 2% of the Songstagram profit sharing, and the only requirement is to get 2 customers that download one 99-cent song each, which you can do, if you've got kids or grandkids or nieces and nephews, they probably download 10 songs a month. You could do this in 5 minutes, okay? Now, as the novice, the leadership bonuses, the matching bonuses, and the profit sharing for the gaming is not available at the novice level. But also, don't let this discourage you. You can start here, and again, if someone starts at that Emperor level, you can make up to $800 per person. So you can make some very nice money quickly, and if you want to upgrade to some of these other packages later, you can, and you can do it with a profit. So, and actually, I think one of the people that has already earned $1 million actually started at this level and made enough money really quickly to get to the Emperor level so you could get the profit sharing. So don't let this stop you. Now, the player position starts for $419.95, $50 per month or chips. $30 goes into the points for the cycles. You get double the profit sharing at 4% for the Songstagram, and you need 4 99-cent download customers total. And again, these 3 sections, the leadership bonuses, the matching bonuses, and the profit sharing are not available. Now here's where it starts to get quite a bit better. The high roller, $619, $75 per month or 100 in chips. $45 go into the cycles, and you get double the profit sharing again at 8% with just 8 customers that do a 99-cent download. And as you see here, now the leadership bonuses and the matching bonuses are part of this pay plan, right? The only thing you don't get with this particular one is the profit sharing for the Emperors in the gaming. The Emperor package is $5,019.95, 0 cost for a year. They waive everything for a year. You get you're in a 12% profit sharing pool for the Songstagram with all the rest of the Emperors, and you need 12 customers that do one 99-cent download, right? No monthly cost for a year. Now think about this, guys. If you make, let's say hypothetically, about $450 a month for a year, that would cover this. As an Emperor, if someone else becomes an Emperor, you make $1,100 every time that happens. So it's one per quarter. Again, would get your money back. So this is something here that with a little bit of effort, consistent, $400 to $500 a month, you're covered. Or 4 Emperors for the year, 1 every quarter, and you've got your money back. So and also, you're in the profit sharing. So you get the leadership bonuses, the matching bonuses, 12% pool on the Songstagram profit sharing, and you're in the 50% pool for the profit sharing on the gaming, right, with the Emperor package. And again, that's the only way you can get in the gaming profit sharing is with the Emperor package. So real quickly, just going to hit the high points of these markets again in 30 seconds because it's a lot of information. I want you to remember, what our products are. Very quickly, Songstagram, new music download platform to compete with iTunes, partner with Warner Brothers, stars like Lady Gaga, Justin Timberlake. The new social media platform that does what Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Pinterest do, but all in one place, plus the walkout cool 3D technology that you can use to play with or market your business that everybody's going to want to use. The new online gaming platform, on top of our international gaming that we have, this new platform that's going to be announced on June 1st. Again, it's going to rock the world. 38 million people do it every day, and it's going to be a huge business opportunity. And again, it's going to be available in 200 countries. Then, of course, Phase 4, top secret, and Phase 5 is going to be the profit sharing on the hotel. And then one quick once-over on the commission. You're here, you make up to $1,100 per personally sponsored Emperor, up to $600 for Emperors to Infinity on your team, up to $35,000 in the cycle income per week, $690,000 in one-time bonuses, and then, of course, as your team starts to produce those leadership bonuses, you can make up to 5 generations in matching bonuses, and then 50% profit sharing on the gaming, and 12% profit sharing on the Songstagram. All for that's the Emperor's